Hey there, we're here to talk about topic 4, lesson 3. The goal for this was for students to write multiplication sentences for arrays, use arrays to find products, and use the commutative property of multiplication. So this is just part of our procedures and some of our slate practice. Then we got right into the lesson, the focus. We're trying to focus on what happens when you multiply two numbers and then switch the order of the factors. That's what this lesson is about. So, stop, look, and listen for the following vocabulary words. What we have today is the commutative property of multiplication, or the order property of multiplication. You may see just the order property. You might see that a little bit more, but it is important to have seen the word commutative. And what this tells us is that if 2 times 2, let's do this. If 2 times 3 equals 6, then we know we can switch the order of the factors, and 3 times 2 also equals 6. And all we did was just switch the order of the factors. So you've already learned how to use arrays to model multiplication facts. Today you will use arrays to model and learn a property of multiplication that will help you multiply more easily. Because like we said, knowing that 2 times 3 is 6 makes it a lot easier for us to do 3 times 2, which is also 6. So we discussed if the desks in the room were rearranged, would the number of desks change? And the answer to that is no, because we actually have 26 desks in our room, and no matter how we rearrange them, in whatever many different groups, we know that there are still 26 desks in the room. And here was the problem of the day. Kathy has arranged some shells in 2 different arrays. One array has 2 rows with 6 shells in each row. The other array has 6 rows with 2 shells in each row. Do both arrays have the same number? Now, if one array has 2 rows with 6 shells in each row, we would say 2 times 6 is 12. But if the other one had 6 rows with 2 in each row, that would be, we have 6 on this side, times 2. 6 times 2 would also equal 12 because of the commutative property where we can switch the factors. 2 times 6 is the same thing as 6 times 2. And here we have it on the screen, except we want to make sure that we flip it like this, because there are 6 on this side and 2 on this side.